Hi everyone, it's Judith again, transformation coach and business mentor from Germany, serving visionary female entrepreneurs on their journey and all about New Earth business. We are approaching the launch phase of the book, and it has been an exciting journey over the past 10-ish days, I would say. I have handed in, like I think everyone else now, the very final version of the chapter, and I can share that in between handing in the first version I had, and then I got some feedback on that, and my chapter was too long. So I knew I needed to shorten things, and that was really interesting, and it got me to a point of deep reflection, the core of that I can share with anyone who wants to approach this journey as well. It got me to the clarity of being clearer, straighter, on the point with what I wanted to say. That has been a great transformation step inside, also with regards to the awareness of where, when I reread my chapter after having set it aside for a while, and then looking at it through different eyes in a way. I think the biggest cut I did on one thing I wanted to say was going just from one page, it was a full page, and then cutting it down to, I think, like a quarter page, roughly. You know, just to give you an idea of how much you can when you allow that different perspective, how much you can bring things really down to the point in clarity on what you really want to say. And that has been a really major benefit of writing the book for me that I wanted to share with you quickly. And the excitement around the book launch, there's one other, like a second thing I want to share. Because as we're moving into this launch, and the way Clay is setting it up, which is amazing, is providing and supporting with setting up all of the email funnels in the background, and that by itself, like writing all of the email copy and all the stuff that we supply with around, like, let's say, bonuses or the programs we're wanting to sell and to support people with, is a journey on its own, and it's a beautiful one, and yet it brings you to hit walls. It's not the first time I'm setting up and writing longer email copy sequences for the back end, so emails just can go out in a set up, like preset manner, and yet it's the biggest one I've done so far. So it's not completely new to me, and I'm okay with doing it. So I can focus on like these tiny little things, like, oh, where do I get stuck in that aspect? And that has been a great exercise to really walk through that, because it challenges, every email basically challenges to get a deeper understanding of what I'm teaching and the roadmap, or in my world I call that a framework, right? I'm all about this a heart piece around the business end called Soul to Sale framework, and overall I'm operating in a purpose frequency cosmos. That is like the whole thing, everything in my world is called like that, and the business end inside is called Soul to Sale. But then with the email copy, really always move back and forth and reconnect, like, okay, which step am I referring to right now? What is the thing I'm guiding people to? What is the next thing that will really help them and move the needle for them? And the process of writing that and coming back every time to, like, okay, where am I? Where am I guiding them to? Where am I leading them to? Is really, it's a great process, even though it's sometimes a bit challenging and exhausting, for also, again, clarity on understanding at a deeper level what the work that I do is doing for people, the roadmap they take, the journey they take once they enter my world until they move out of it with a certain result, or like a step in between or wherever. But the whole awareness of the systems that I'm teaching, basically. So for anyone watching this at the moment and seeing everyone else on here, this has been beautiful, challenging, yes, but this is how we grow, right? This is all the evolution, going through the next level of resistance and the next level of self-sabotage that wants to come up, but we keep going. I just want to share that with you quickly. So moving away and moving on to closer to the launch date.
My name is Claire Williamson, aka the Millionaire Sha'woman. I am the author of Awaken Your Miracle Frequency. It is easier than you think to have it all. I had this crazy idea of profiling the journeys of 3 of my clients who are also publishing their books as part of my program, the Unleashed Awakened Wealth Mastermind. When I published my book, I went through what I can only describe as a ritual of initiation to playing bigger in this way, and I realized something powerful. This is the ritual of initiation to a tidal wave of sales and opportunities. You have to step into a fire that changes every level of your being and burns your old patterns, default expectations, and all of your programmed judgments and assumptions to the ground. Just like a baptism of fire. Judith?
I've got this whole framework thing now, but I'm still not 100% clear on what is the journey somebody takes within this world. How should I be guiding them? What is the road through that? Or is there maybe two entrances?
To simplify your marketing and to make your book powerful, we want one roadmap. Your value ladder increases in value the more access they get to you and the more like they get the full experience.
I've created all these mini bits and pieces, but obviously as I was lacking the bigger picture and the journey, this is the whole framework, and basically it has 4 areas. It's like the personal side, you know, the human side and the soul side as I call it. And then from left to right, you move it through the business end. If I wanted to say, you will walk through the whole journey from start to end, you would need to start on the left-hand side because that helps you get your basics right. Like what I'm saying all the time, you know, through your purpose and your story and your strength and the blind spots of your strength and all of that. That is how you get to really aligned niche, ideal audience and the core message. And only then you can move over to the right side in the marketing. And this is where then over the last days it came through with the 5th dimension to go beyond the what we know from classic marketing, which we still need, that talks to the human side, the copy, and then go into the struggle, then the desire, set a time frame sometimes if that's needed. But then the next dimension to add for people to connect is you have to be talking to the soul side more, because that is opening up in all of us more. So that side, you know, if we're at the end having our human end, the brain, the emotions, if we look at how do we connect and how do we make decisions. You know, when I listen or when I had a look at what people reply to the entry questions of the Facebook group, you know, the more recent ones that feel more aligned, what they all struggle with is essentially what I put in the document as well, to say the inner journey of being seen and heard. It's either people pleasing, feeling insecure, feeling not confident, and then the struggle in how do I express what I do in words. That is then the business end.
You're gonna hate me. They'll be broke. Like that's, you know, it's like they won't be broke, but they'll be capping their income. So they'll be looking to reach more people. We're in the marketing realm, right? What they will be lacking, the problem will still be, I'm not making enough income, and the problem is that I don't know how to speak to my audience, I don't have the right people in front of me, and all of those and this is where we want to capture them, because that's where they'll take their card out. And we want your chapter to frame around that, this like the way that you do this, you know, speaking to psychic activation and light language and all of this stuff. That's what we want to do. We want to bring in the right person who knows that they have an interest in this stuff. They want to go deeper. They know there's more, this stuff, but they're still going to need that hook to get their card out. And they're going to need a certainty that it's going to pay off in a shift in their business, and probably be looking for solutions that are going to shift the plateau that they're in, or the fact that they can't reach more people, or they're feeling sort of, you know, that discomfort of, it's not really sounding like my soul. So I was thinking that you should consider the next step being the app, or even if it's the 4x4 minute audio breathworks housed in FG, because what we're wanting them to do is step into daily practice. The idea that there is a daily practice. So it's like, I'm not just doing something, leaving it. It's like, actually, I'm committing to a journey already just by it being daily. And then the reason why I'm wanting your roadmap is so that we can understand what to put in the bonuses. So it's talking to each element of your program, right? So they're getting a good picture by being in the nurture sequence and keeping revisiting your book and the bonuses of what the journey would look like to get the result that they're seeking. We're setting them up to fully, do you remember I said there's a transformation that they have to be ready to step into your world? That's how we do it. Number one, you want them to get results up front. Using light languages just from your little audio clippets, it's like they're starting to actually trust what's coming through as the sounds to them and what they're seeing and hearing and whatever else. So they're already having a result up front that takes them deeper on this journey. And I think what's really powerful here is there is a beautiful journey here that is so deep. It's not like any other marketing program out there. It is fifth dimension marketing that has this powerful result of the result that they're seeking, but this like beautiful spiritual soulful journey as well, which is why I like this soul to sail framework. I really do. I think it's a powerful name, a powerful message. We do not stay in these steps, do we? We just don't. We like move all over the place. But what we're doing is creating certainty to them that there is steps. So all it is certainty, because certainty sells. If I say to people, like if I tried to describe what goes on in the accelerator, I'd just get glazed over. Like they wouldn't have a clue, would they? They'd be like, what will we do? What? Why will we do blah, blah, blah? It has to make sense. And they're not necessarily going to see these steps, but these steps will help us to set the book funnel up. Basically, in your nurture sequence, you want to be leading them kind of through the steps, giving them the aha moments that if we go back over here, like you say, like they'll look at their strengths, but then like this over here is going to show up, isn't it? Their emotions.
Right.
But that would be the email where it's like, hey, I know that you have seen the strengths tests and, you've worked into your purpose and you keep coming up against this block. Well, what could this block be? Well, it goes into your human side and balance and mastery. And you give them an aha moment that goes, okay, that's why. Right. And then you could say to them, I've got this 20-minute masterclass, go back to the book hub, jump on it. And then, always in every single step we've got, and then come back and book your call. Or it's on the bottom of the masterclass and now book your call.
That is like easy. It is, then I just have to say like within, it's not like this is one block, but this is actually, it is the step. This is a step, this is a step, like each of the squares, if you want, these are connected. This is one step, this is one step. I just have to put like numbers if you want, or say like if this is 1, then this one over here is 2, then this is 3. Then this one here is 4, like that,
Beautiful. And the reason why I wanted you ladies to do this now, before you really get into writing your chapter, is to make sure that your chapter has this blueprint in mind, because you're wanting to take them on a journey, aren't you? So there is a first step. The book's the first step. The thing that the payoff from the book needs to make sense. They gotta go, I know why I'm heading over to get these audio thingies, and I'm excited to as well, because you've already taken them on a journey and they're already previewing the end result. Like they're already bought into, this is what's coming, this is what I want, this is, you're making it exciting and compelling for them. We want to have like the high ticket scalable, the lower.
Yeah, that's why I said the accelerator is supposed to be the focus.
Beautiful.
I even went as far as I reduced the one-on-one spots even further down to 4. Like 4, I will only have 4 different people in one-on-one at the same time.
Yeah, good. I love that. And you want them not getting on the call to talk about a program. It's like you're getting them on a call because they want the result. All those things, basically, we can add around the book as bonuses. They all seemed like really logical bonuses. So that's already lined up there as well. However hard they try, they keep finding themselves back with us, right? Because they need these pieces as well. Well, what you want to be is just keep coming in at a different angle to create the same solution, And they're going to be like, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense now. And each time you're warming as well, like you're becoming more and more and more familiar to them. They've also got your story in their hands too. And again, we want to be reminding them to keep reading. If you've stopped reading, keep reading. Unless they unsubscribe, and I've got a really low unsubscribe rate on mine, like really low. That's how they get away. That's how they get the chewing gum out their hair. We're simplifying.
Okay, that's great.
And it also gives you an avenue, you know, when you get like time wasters as well, like wanting to book calls, you just direct them straight back to their thing and you say, hey, look, you know, if you're not ready to invest in coaching or you're feeling a little bit unsure around parting with your money, jump on this masterclass, because the likelihood is they won't have watched all of the bonuses. They won't have got through them all. So you can guide them back. And again, it's as if you've taken them through a launch and they've come out the other side compelled to come back and you know, take another step.
Like, how far would you take it knowing that it is all kind of free things for the bonuses, right?
Yeah.
So I thought about, because to me that's always easiest, record a few videos around something. So it can be like a training or a masterclass or like a mini course. And one idea I had, but I'm not sure if that is something I would rather just record across time to have on just a members area for whoever jumps in. Because what I felt where people struggle, and I can understand, is how to move from these strengths. I'm really basically just using the VIA strengths thing with these 24 different characters they have. And for me, it's the easiest thing to move and say, look, this is the strength. That's what your strengths looks like in strength, in action, serving. But let's look at the blind spot of the strength when it flips around. And that is where they get stuck, to identify what that looks like for them in action. Because the core of that essentially is their audience's struggle as well. And that is just, it's so easy and simple once you got it out. So my idea was to just record mini videos for each of these 24 strengths. I
would say that possibly we don't want them to have so much in the bonuses that they don't come out. Like it's like, oh, look at all this value and I'm going to stay here. We basically, each bonus sells them more on the roadmap. I've got 2 breathwork workshops that sells them on the somatic healing part. You know, they experience a transformation in the breathwork and they go, okay, this does make me more clear. This does make me feel good. My mystery school is a bonus. My theme that runs through, you're the guru. There's no magic bullet. You're the magic bullet. Stop listening to all these people outside of you telling you what to do. It's within you. You have the power. We just have to unlock it. We could strap layers and layers of strategy on, and none of them will work if you do not believe in yourself, if you do not have a coherent field of energy. You know, so it's like selling them on the concept, basically. Awaken your miracle frequency, miracles will happen.
Okay, so what I'll do then first is find the roadmap within the program, then look at what might be missing, and then, I'll see whatever I'm going to create from that then.
And just always saying to yourself, what is going to sell them on each step in this, or not each step, but the hot steps. Like there will be hot steps in your roadmap, right? Well, the first step, the miracle frequency, the fact you can activate it just by coming into spaciousness.
If you ask me what feels most exciting to me, then it is also more those ends. I mean, I can talk about the business part, yes, but it's like I'm almost falling asleep.
100%. That's what's cool about this. It's not just I'm writing a chapter, I'm branding myself, I'm positioning myself in an area of the market that I want that slice. I want to be known as a leader there. I'm going to shine my, eccentric light as loud and as lightly and as proudly as I possibly can. And I'm going to start leaning more and more into my truth and my voice. I'm going to say some of the things where I haven't felt, okay to say them, because this gives you like almost a good excuse, because you've taken this slice and you've got to speak into it and you've got to lead, you've got to keep leading. And the only key pieces is just knowing that we start with those 2 places, problem and result. They've definitely got this problem. They describe it as that problem, and it's a problem that they, want to pay money to get out of. And I'm clear about the result that they get.
Okay, I'll go next round with that.
Awesome.